Welcome to this video on communicating a next-level service experience. This is the second video in a series of videos to help us on our journey of delivering next-level service for our customers and is focused on communication's role in creating the customer experience. In this video, we'll focus on the written communication component of next-level service. Specifically, we'll look at how our written words are an integral part of the next-level service experience. We'll look at the relationship between doing the work and communicating about it and how together they create the experience for the customer. Before we examine written communication's role in delivering a next-level service experience, let's remind ourselves on what we mean by next-level service. Next-level service is customer-focused as opposed to job-focused. A customer-focused mindset is centered on the customer and their problem and not the task itself. For example, where the job-focused mindset is intent on repairing the unit, the customer-focused mindset is committed to solving the customer's problem. The difference between these two mindsets can be subtle, but the results significant. With a customer-focused mindset, the FCD representative, who may not be able to immediately address the technical issue they were called upon to address, doesn't stop there. The customer-focused representative puts themselves in the customer's shoes. They inquire to ensure that they fully understand the issue and its cause and look for other ways to solve or at least alleviate the problem. For example, the FCD representative may not be able to provide air conditioning in a building where no air conditioning currently exists, but they may be able to provide other means of cooling or even help the customer find another room. Although a customer-focused approach to addressing the needs of our customers is the objective of our service activities, it's not the only component that contributes to the next-level service experience. Communication plays a role. As we discussed in the video on verbal communication, our customers evaluate service quality largely by relying on how we communicate with them. Even if we deliver a customer-focused solution that's truly next level, the customer will depend on what we say and what we write to feel a next-level service experience. Both a customer-focused service approach and a correspondingly excellent communication are necessary components of reliably delivering a next-level service experience. When our communication is consistent in quality and tone with the excellent customer-focused service that we provide, we call it next-level communication. Recall that next-level communication delivers three benefits, which we call ARC. Accurately transfers information, reflects positively on the sender, and creates assurance for the receiver. Let's look at each of these in turn. Next-level communication accurately transfers information. Obviously, our intent in communicating with others is to transfer information accurately. It's helpful to think about what contributes to accuracy. Accuracy is impacted by the information that is included, the level at which we speak, the terminology and our acronyms that we use, and so on. Next-level communication also reflects positively on the sender. Through our communication, we want to ensure that the customer recognizes our contribution to solving the problem. We want them to appreciate that they're dealing with a professional who's empathetic to their situation and is competent to do the job. Next-level communication creates assurance for the receiver. Whatever we say or write that reflects positively on us will also contribute to the customer's feeling of assurance. Think about a recent service that you received where you felt reassured by the other party. What did they say or write that contributed to your assurance? Chances are they were very professional. They were confident that they could attend to your needs. They showed they cared and used definite language like "we can do that" or "I'll get right on it." Their written words were concise and to the point. Now, let's consider written communications and its impact on communicating a next-level service experience. And let's start with emails. Emails play a large role in contributing to a next-level service experience. They provide an excellent opportunity to show our empathy and interest in the customer. How our emails are written can demonstrate our competence and reassure the customer that they're in good hands. And emails are fast and convenient. But all of that convenience and ease of use can lull us into becoming sloppy. Poor punctuation and grammar, incomplete sentences, improper capitalization, and missing salutations are becoming more frequent, and these are just a few examples. Sloppy emails may not reflect positively on the sender or create confidence in the receiver. Whether we like it or not, others will use our written word to assess our professionalism, competence, personality, and other traits. In addition, poorly written emails may also not accurately communicate the information we'd like to transmit. They may lack critical details, be vague about expectations and/or include confusing or misleading subject lines. All of this will detract from our goal of delivering a next-level service experience. Remember that in order for the customer to experience next-level service, they must receive communication that is consistent with the next-level service that they've received. We can make certain that our emails contribute to a next-level service experience by making our emails SMART. SMART is an acronym designed to act as a guide for writing emails that accurately transfer information, reflect positively on the sender, and create assurance for the receiver. Let's consider what makes emails SMART. S is for subject line. Write a meaningful subject line. Like newspaper headlines, the subject line's purpose should grab the attention and tell the reader what the email is about. They determine if the receiver will read our emails now, later, or even never, and the first opportunity for us to make a positive impression. Blank or vague subject lines risk the email being overlooked. M is for message. Keep the message focused. Avoid discussing multiple subjects in a single email when possible. The body of an email should be clear and concise and consistent with the subject line. Include a salutation. It shows courtesy. Keep sentences short and to the point. Be polite and check your grammar and punctuation. Avoid slang, acronyms, and contractions. Sign off with your name and contact information. And remember ARC when you're composing your message. We want our emails to accurately transfer information, reflect positively on us as the sender, and provide assurance for the customer. A is for action. Be clear on what you want the recipient to do. Our emails should have a purpose. What's the purpose of your email? What do you want to happen as a result of your email being read? Indicate clearly what you want the receiver to do. For example, review, provide input, call, take specific actions, etc. R is for response. Clearly indicate whether response is required, and if so, how you'd like the response to be provided. For example, you may request a response such as, "Please reply by return email." T is for timeline. Clearly indicate the timeline for the action and/or response requested in your email. For example, you could complete the above request so it becomes, "Please reply by return email by Monday, March the 30th. Let's look at an email and analyze how smart it is. Here's a little bit of background. Sally Smith is requested to arrange to meet with a customer on site prior to an upcoming installation of equipment in building NE01. Based on her work schedule, she feels that she'll be available between 1 and 1:30 tomorrow afternoon to meet on site. She makes a mental note that she'll need details regarding the equipment to be installed, including dimensions, weight, and electrical requirements, in order to provide the customer with the information about the installation that they're requesting. The work order indicates that she's expected to connect with the requester by email to arrange the meeting. Let's look at what Sally has written. Notice that the subject line is unclear. What meeting? What's the meeting about? The message is equally unclear. When tomorrow will Sally be coming by? Sally also includes information on an entirely different topic. The information on the closure of the building runs the risk of being overlooked. Since it's unrelated to the meeting, it should be omitted here and sent in a separate email dedicated to that topic. Note that in Sally's sign-off, there is no contact information. Let's see how we can apply the principles of SMART emails to raise this to the next level. Here's an example of a suggested message. Notice with just a little effort, the email is much more effective at communicating information and communicating a next-level service experience. Sally clearly states the purpose of the email in the subject line. Her message is clear about when and where the meeting will take place, and even requests information that will facilitate the discussion. This will save time for both the customer and Sally. She indicates the action that she'd like the receiver to do and the response and timeline in which to do it. Finally, Sally includes her contact details, which shows courtesy and provides valuable information to the receiver should they wish to respond. The overall tone of the email suggests that the writer has taken a personal interest in the customer and is there to help. This assures the receiver that they will be well served and reflects positively on the sender. The information transmitted is much more accurate and less subject to misinterpretation. As you can see, emails provide us with an excellent opportunity to communicate a next-level service experience. By applying the SMART approach, we can help ensure the accurate transfer of information, the positive reflection the email will have on the sender, and the creation of assurance for the receiver. Now let's look at an opportunity to communicate a next level service experience through our written word, our service reports. At the completion of a service request, we're typically expected to record the work we've completed in a work order report. From a practical perspective, this is an important document because it provides written documentation of the work performed. The work order report also plays another important purpose. A well-written, concise work order report with minimal spelling and grammatical errors will communicate professionalism and thoroughness. It will reassure the customer that we've done a thorough job. This all contributes to a next-level service experience. Imagine that you dropped off your computer at the local shop to have them look into a problem. It has started to run very slowly, and you're concerned that it may have picked up a virus. The cost for the diagnostics is $50, and you need the computer back as soon as possible. You'll be in meetings all day, so you won't be available to discuss the findings of the diagnostics or any recommended repairs, so you tell the technician to go ahead and make any repairs up to $150. That way, the return of your laptop won't be delayed and your liability is limited to a total of $200. When you finally emerge from your meetings, you check your phone messages and there's a voicemail to acknowledge that your computer is ready for pickup. There's no other information provided. It's been a long day, and by the time that you're able to swing by the store, it's just before the 9 p.m. closing time. The technicians have all gone home, but there is someone who's able to retrieve your computer for you. The clerk hands you the invoice which reads, work completed, diagnostics, upgraded memory. The total charge is $175 before taxes. When you ask for an explanation of what was found and the work that was done, it's obvious that the clerk does not know. The amount is less than the total amount you authorized, but only just. You're pleased to get the unit back, but you're not sure whether you've been taken advantage of. Think for a moment about the following questions. How do you feel about the service provided? Would you describe it as excellent? How confident are you that the problem has been thoroughly and properly addressed? How enthusiastically would you recommend this repair service to others? Now consider how the answers to these questions might change if the invoice had conveyed the following. The testing showed that the laptop was free of any viruses. The cause of the slowdown was insufficient memory. The actual cost of the new memory card was $175, and the technician didn't charge for the diagnosis as it would have put the total cost over the budget limit that you requested. While the laptop was apart, the technician completed a thorough cleaning. You have a dog and a cat at home, and the laptop was full of dust. The technician was able to upgrade the virus software to a higher protection version at no cost to you as part of a limited time offer from the software vendor. The laptop is now working at speeds specified by the manufacturer, and a 1-year warranty for parts and labor associated with the service is included in the price. Would your answers to the questions change? Let's consider another example, one that is perhaps a little closer to home. Imagine that you've been called to repair a hole in the wall at the top of a stairwell. The hole has been caused by a door handle of the fire door at the top of the stairs. When the door is opened aggressively, the door handle hits the wall. And after repeated opening of this nature, the handle has punched a hole in the wall. You notice that the door closer, which is designed to limit movement of the door, has fatigued to the point that it no longer provides this protection. You also know from your experience in these matters that the model of the door closer isn't very robust and is prone to premature failure in high usage areas. Although the door closer on the mating door is functioning properly at the moment, you know that it's just a matter of time before it starts to fail in a similar manner. You check with stores and determine that there is a more robust model door closer available in stock. You replace the door closers on both doors with the more robust model and test them to confirm that they're working properly. Once you complete this task, you set to work on repairing the hole in the wall. It doesn't take long. All that's needed now is to wait for the plaster to dry and then sand the area and paint it. You schedule to do this work in the morning. You tape a small plastic sheet over the repair to protect the area and to prevent anyone getting wet plaster on their clothes. You've done good work. In addition to repairing the hole, you've taken steps to prevent the cause of the damage and reducing the likelihood of it happening again. You've also taken the precautionary step of preventing a similar problem happening on the mating door. Now, imagine if your work order report simply said, repaired hole in wall, to be painted tomorrow. How well does that communicate the quality of the work that you've just done? Have you sold yourself short? How much confidence do you think the customer will have in the thoroughness of your work? How does the description begin to justify the time that you spent on the repair? To help us ensure that every work order communicates the quality of the work we performed, we can use the I CARE approach. It's a simple, easy to remember acronym that'll help us include the key information needed to effectively communicate the work we performed and lets the reader know of our competence and value. Let's look at I CARE more closely. Identifying information. Here you want to include details like customer contact name and position, location of work, and information on the reason for your attendance. Condition. Condition refers to a description of what you found upon arrival. Action. These are the steps that you've taken to resolve the issue. In our example, it would include checking, replacing, and testing the door closers. Results. The results will confirm the outcome of your work. And expected next steps. This would be the outstanding work to be completed. You could also use this section to make any recommendations. To deliver service at the next level requires doing a great job and communicating about it effectively. Both components are necessary. We can't be great communicators and deliver a poor service and expect to create a next level service experience. But neither can we deliver a great service and poorly communicate with the customer and still expect to deliver a next level service experience. Doing the work and communicating the work are inseparable components of next level service. Both a customer-focused service approach and a correspondingly excellent communication are necessary components of consistently delivering a next level service experience. When our written communication is consistent in quality and tone with the excellent customer-focused service we provide, we call it next level communication. Recall that next level communication delivers 3 benefits, which we call ARC. Accurately transfers information, reflects positively on the sender, and creates assurance for the receiver. Every opportunity to communicate with the customer is an opportunity to communicate a next level service experience. And those written opportunities are many and include emails and reports. We work hard to deliver our service at the next level. It's our responsibility to ensure that the customer knows this and experiences our next level service through our written words.